note there. Okay, so what we're going to be listening to, Ed Young has started a brand new sermon series entitled Drones. And this is one of those things where apparently the theme is based upon this idea of the omniscience of God. So, but I mean, I don't know about you, but when I think about drones, I kind of get like the Big Brother uber creepy thing going on inside of my gut. And, so comparing God to a U.S. military drone that's spying on me is not something that I really, really am excited about. Like, not at all. And so we're going to listen to a little bit from his sermon on drones and him talking about why he came up with this idea and why he's preaching on it. So here's Ed Young. Here we go.
Well, good morning this morning. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Fellowship Church. We're one church in many locations. This past summer, I had an opportunity to film a reality fishing show. It'll debut on the channel Destination America in October. You can Google it.
So Ed Young, vision casting leader, innovative church guy, and now reality TV personality star thingy. Huh?
SilverKings.tv. I'm not the main star of the show. I am, however, one of the personalities. And for the first time in my life, while I was filming this show, I saw drones. In fact, the camera boat used drones extensively throughout this shoot. And the drones seemed to be behind me, above me, in front of me, capturing different images and recording everything we did on the water for 2 straight weeks. So
there you go. That's kind of where the genesis of this. See, it's not like, Ed Young, was like reading his Bible and was, maybe translating a biblical text, from the Old or New Testament and had this great exegetical insight and then thought, oh, you know what? The perfect metaphor to help us understand this text would be to compare it to drones. Nope. So what happened was he was being filmed on a 2-week fishing excursion by some camera crew for an upcoming reality TV show about fishing, and the camera crew used drones, and that was the genesis of the spark of the idea for him. Let's listen a little bit more.
As I was out there sort of staring into the water and looking at drones, I came up with the series idea because drones are everywhere. A lot of people think they're really powerful, and I guess they are, and they can gain a lot of information. Well, our great God is present everywhere.
So God is just like a spy drone. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of one of these topics that is, I would say it's almost like a non-starter. It's like, really, this is what you want to preach about? Drones and compare them to the omniscience and omnipresence of God? Yeah, because I just don't think of the people, with the joysticks controlling the drones as somehow being benevolent and merciful and kind and loving and things like that. I see drones as kind of like, a step towards, the ultimate one world, totalitarian government. That's just how I think. But okay. So now, as part of this drone series here, a couple of awkward things here. Ed Young decided that he would employ the use of a drone inside of church. He's going to talk about that here in a second, as well as come up with kind of like his own top 10 list, like David Letterman, although it's not 10 items, it's 11. And listen to kind of the awkward, non-laughing thing. Yeah, this did not go over well at all. But here's Ed Young to introduce the tithe drone that's going to be watching people in the service while they're tithing, as well as then lead into his 11 things about drones that everybody needs to know. Here we go.
You'll notice we have a drone, and this drone flies back and forth over us today, and It'll especially be active during the offering time because it has the ability to see and to know if you're sort of allowing the offering plate to skip by or just to, tip God or to really, really bring the tithe.
Yeah, you might think that's a joke, but again, these seeker-driven megachurches, they need huge piles of bazillions of dollars every year in order to continue to operate. Most expensive way to quote-unquote do church that you can possibly think of.
Drones, they're everywhere. I was thinking about drones, and sometimes people have some bad things to say about drones, and I understand that. Some people have a hard time with drones, and they think about privacy issues. They think about voyeurism. But I thought about what are some dynamic things that drones could do? Would you like to know that? 11 Ed Young's 11 dynamic things that drones can do straight from the World Wide Web.
Okay, so we're getting everybody whipped up into a frenzy about 11 great things that drones can do, and yet no one really seems all that super excited about it.
Number 11, they can help capture weddings. You want to do a cool wedding?
I mean, he's trying really hard to be entertaining and relevant, and it's just not really working here.
That scared me. Use a drone. Number 10, sell real estate. You get a better view of the property you're selling, the property you're looking at. It might help you make that sale. Number 9, it enables the paparazzi to go to a whole nother level because they can see things now they just dreamed of seeing. Number 8, it makes sports look cool. Did you check out Johnny Football last night? Telling you, man, what was Jerry Jones thinking? Anyway, watching that game, I don't want to really know what he was saying, but anyway, Johnny Football, what if a drone could have flown around and seen this guy in action? I think he's a pretty amazing guy. Number 7, fight crime. You want to fight crime? Use a drone. A lot of the agencies that fight crime are using drone. Number 6.
Can I use a drone to fight heresy? I'd like to my own heresy fighting drone,
Put out wildfires. I can tell you're excited about this. Number 5, monitor wildlife.
Yeah, no, people are not excited about this.
Number 4, I came up with these. Give me a break. Deliver pizza. Domino's is already experimenting with this. You got to show me some love here. Number 3.
This is just so embarrassingly bad.
Transport medicine. Okay. This is one of my favorites. Number 2, entertain nerds. I'm just saying, and we all have a little nerd-esque quality within us, some more than others, but a lot of times those who collect drones and fly them all the time, they're a little nerdy. That's okay. Nerds are cool. But number 1, here we go. The most important thing, the most dynamic thing that drones can do, they can help me preach sermons. Powerful 11 dynamic things that drones can do.
No, it wasn't powerful at all. It was awkward and weird and kind of creepy. So there you go. Vision casting innovative leader Ed Young, touting the amazing dynamic things that drones can do. And again, I just kind of sit there and go, yeah, that's kind of weird because, the people I hang with, when we start talking about drones, it generally doesn't, people aren't sitting there going, oh, they're the most amazing things ever. There's kind of the, ooh, that's kind of creepy factor. If you get what I'm saying. All right, moving along. Time for another Mark Driscoll update. There's another one who's been thrown under the bus. And this happening while Mark is being sorry and taking a 6-week hiatus,